Welcome to VisionPlusMag.com. This is Gulzaar Shah with you, and you're watching Independent View. Our guest today is Ms. Nathalie Geeroms. She is the head of training and marketing, Middle East and Africa, ZEISS Vision Care. Hello, Nathalie. Welcome to VisionPlusMag.com. My first question to you. Nathalie, you're relatively very young in the company, and you have gone on to become the head of training and marketing. And I think in just a span of 7 years,
yeah, correct.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So how have you managed that? What's your secret?
Well, actually, I think personally, ZEISS was always the common thread a bit through my career. Also during my studies, I was involved already a lot into products that ZEISS brought to the market, the innovations. So I became already passionate about it at that moment. Then I worked 7 years in practice as an optometrist, and then it was for me kind of a logic next step to join ZEISS as well. And now in the last 7 years, I started actually in Belgium as a trainer as well, and then went to the global team where I was 3 years as well in the product management team, 2 years in the global marketing team. So I kept my ears and my eyes open the whole time, and I think this is probably the secret, I don't know. But yeah, I grew in every role, and yeah, I just love the products. I love to train people as well on our products. So I also saw it from different sides, and I think this is also important that I'm a lens wearer. You can see I'm a consumer, but I'm also an optometrist, I'm an optician. So I know the different sides of the industry. And for me, it's also important to talk on that level towards our customers as well. And you feel that they really appreciate it. I sometimes say during trainings as well, oh, now I will talk as Natalie, the optometrist, and not as Natalie from ZEISS. And there you see as well, I think just by having also good communication with them, we understand each other. Yeah, I don't know. I think I grew in this way as well in my roles in ZEISS, and that's probably why I'm now as well the head of training for this market, for this new region to me. Yeah.
Which aspect of the job do you enjoy the most?
I think it's clearly that it's training because I was doing that in the last 7 years. What I missed in my global role was the direct contact with the customers. And this is also why I decided to take this new opportunity in the Carl ZEISS Vision team in Dubai. So to become their responsible for training and for marketing. My main focus now is on training because we just launched our new Smartlife portfolio. And of course, during this COVID situation, due to this situation, we need at least provide training as well in another way than we're used to do. But yeah, for me, therefore, I said, okay, focus now is first on training. I have good support from my team as well for marketing. We're starting as well with brand experience to support our customers. So there is quite a lot to take care of, but I must say, if I really need to choose, then it's training because of, yeah, the contact with the customer as well again.
Okay, so would you say post-COVID, the opticians have become more tech savvy now? And has that made your job as a trainer much easier?
I would say they have now the time at least to deep dive a bit more, maybe in the technical details of our products as well. And we also notified or marked that they're really interested more now in learning more. They also took the opportunities of taking the different webinars that we provided globally about all our products. For them, it was, I guess, in the last months during the lockdown as well, that they wanted to take the chance to get a bit more knowledge about more technical parts. So from my point of view, I think, yes, that they're going towards more that direction, which is good, of course. For me personally now, the whole situation of being remotely training, supporting the training, it's double. On the one hand, I can reach much more people. This is through giving webinars, for example, in the last 10 weeks, I did around 60 webinars already, which is quite a lot, 60 hours of training, reached over more than 1,000 people. So this you can, of course, not do when you do classroom trainings. And but on the other hand, I still prefer to do classroom trainings. I really get my energy out of the participants as well. It's much more interactive as well. When there are questions, they're much more open. They dare to ask questions. And sometimes I feel that there is really kind of a barrier when we do webinars, when we do online trainings. You don't know if they all are on the same level, they all understand. If you are in a classroom training and you see big question marks on someone's forehead, then at least you can start talking about it at the spot. Here it's a bit more difficult, but I only see the positive points of it as well, so we can really reach more attendees there, which is also good, of course.
And do you see any change in the consumer behavior post-COVID?
Of course, you see that there are changes as well for our customers, as for the consumers. But I think we really try to support them in the best way. Now, after COVID, it was with the lockdown, all the shops were closed. This is why during the lockdown already, we try to support them to make a good comeback plan. And we have a #StrongerTomorrow plan that we had, at least to support them. As I said, we gave around 20 webinars globally, worldwide. We saw big interest there as well, also from our region, quite a lot. So they really appreciated this. We also provided hygiene sets, certainly, and nowadays they have to wear the face masks, the shields. So at least that they could provide a very good, safe, protective environment for the consumer as well. And yes, I guess most of the customers are for the moment still struggling a bit, but you can also see that they kind of made a click, that they changed their mindset and they want to do even better and even more than before for the consumer. And this is also important that we can partner up with them, that we can support them, give them confidence that everything will be okay, hopefully very soon. But even now in this situation, if we can make sure that they have a protected environment, that people feel safe when coming into the shop, this is also for us very important.
And Natalie, people normally behavior is different in different regions. How would you describe the opticians and consumer behavior of the Middle East region? Any initial hurdles, setbacks, challenges that you had to face here?
I think it's everywhere a bit like this. As I said, I worked in the last 5 years as a global trainer, so I traveled to all continents. I had contact there with all customers, with consumers as well from time to time. And of course, the Middle East region, Africa region are also different again. I must say, people are very open, very warm, open for suggestions as well. Certainly now it's actually the first time that we also kind of introduce these customized training plans. The feedback is really great. So from my point of view, I really have the impression they really want to go forward, go the extra mile for the consumer. And this is for me important, at least that we talk the same language, that we have the same goals to work towards that. On the other hand, I feel that they're having some barriers still to sell premium products, to do upselling. They feel sometimes like, oh, is it not too overpriced, or can I really offer this, certainly nowadays? But there I would say, yes, please listen to the needs of the consumer. And I think this is still something that we need to kind of guide them a bit. And also when I do webinars, I put a lot of focus on how to sell our products, how to upsell the products. And I think this is important that they try to also implement that more into the business. So there I still see some differences with, for example, Europe or US, but it's good. It's a nice challenge for me as well to work on that, of course.
Okay, now coming to the new product which ZEISS has launched, the ZEISS Smartlife. You claim that it offers a complete bouquet of solutions. What exactly do you mean by that?
So what we actually have with ZEISS Smartlife lenses is that we now offer a complete portfolio, and we did that in just one launch. That means that we have based ourselves on the 3 main consumer insights, which we have due to research, thanks to the research we did. And there we see nowadays everyone is having smart devices, one or multiple smartphones, an iPad, tablet. So we're actually always connected thanks to these smart devices, and we're also on the move. So it's not only using our smart devices, just using connect to each other or sitting on or using social media. No, we also do a lot of activities. If you pay, for example, for public transport or for your taxi or Uber. So nowadays it's always like a smartphone in your hand and doing simultaneously other tasks. And this is what we see. It's not just for young people. It's not just for this category wearing single vision lenses. No, it's for all people from 20 plus years old on. Nowadays as well, people older than 55 and 60 having a smartphone, having the same activities. And this is why we have the same lifestyle. We come with one portfolio for this lifestyle. Of course, focusing on this being connected, being on the move. But we also notice that it has a big impact on our visual behavior. And therefore, we also had a look into the different age categories. And there we see now, okay, lifestyle is the same. Of course, the visual behavior is different depending on the age. And we have age-related visual needs. And there we divide it into 3 different categories: single vision wearers, digital lens wearers, and then the progressive wearers. But in the end, the challenge that those 3 groups have is always the same. So we made it kind of easier for our ECPs, for the eye care professionals, also to talk about products, about the ZEISS Smartlife portfolio. So from my point of view, yeah, it's really great that it's one portfolio, one message actually, and also for our ECPs, for their staff, it's quite easy to talk about it in a simple way. People understand it as well. It's based on the consumer insights, so it's really happening now, and certainly now more than ever. Everyone was in lockdown. We use our smartphones each and every day for everything, ordering food, ordering anything on Amazon, for example, or being connected with our family, with our friends, with our coworkers. Here as well, we're now actually having the Zoom meeting. And there you see as well, we're very digital now. We don't need to come out of our houses anymore to do that. So, and this is why we based as well, we looked at the visual behavior, and based on that we came with new designs in our lenses, which are also, of course, supplying the best vision for these different activities, looking more into the periphery of the lenses, having to shift in different distances, in different directions as well. So there, yeah, we paid that part.
How long did it take to develop this product? How long, since when have you all been doing this?
Usually it always, of course, takes a few years in order to come with a new innovative product into the market. So we launched it last year. We had a big customer event in Berlin where we did the launch in last October. So it's almost 1 year now that we have it into the market. But you always have to count, of course, several years coming with the initial idea, delivering these lenses. And of course, it's something which is continuing growing. It's not just one launch. We're always thinking of new products within this same portfolio as well. Yeah, this is the good thing about it. Now, we based ourselves on the existing portfolio, certainly for progressive lenses. And there we see that because of that, the non-adaptation rate is actually 0. So all people adapt very well to their new lenses, ZEISS Smartlife lenses, due to the fact that we started from our precision design, so from our current design, and that makes that people adapt much faster as well. So very good feedback overall, very positive from all consumers, actually all over the world already, and for all segments. So yeah.
So the response you say is good from the consumer as well as the opticians, both ways.
Exactly. Yeah, what we hear from our customers is really that they say, yeah, it's simple because in total there are only 8 lenses in that portfolio. If you talk to a 25-year-old or to a 75-year-old, in the end, the message is the same, their challenge is the same. And then we have as well a lot of POS material that we provide. We have sell-in, sell-out videos that we provide that they can use. We also do the trainings, of course, now online. We have e-learning. In this way, they feel comfortable as well in selling it. We have even a smart guide, which just by asking 3 questions to the consumer, they can easily give a recommendation already within the minute. And that makes also that they feel confident in talking about the product. From the consumers, as I said, there is no non-adaptation, so everyone adapts very well. Even for progressive lenses, we see that 80% even adapts within 1 day. And this is very unusual because certainly for progressive lenses, you always say to your consumer, keep it in mind, it takes a bit of adaptation to the new lens, take it a week. Now even we see that most of them adapt within 1 day. So really, really great feedback there.
Are there similar products from other brands?
Yeah, so of course, all lens suppliers have their own categories or portfolios of having single vision lenses. Some of them also have the digital lenses and progressive lenses. We have now done something different actually in the calculation of the lens surface itself using what we call a 3D model, where we actually take into account how light comes into the eye and how the calculation of the lens then is influenced by that. And certainly for our single vision lenses, we have something which none of the other suppliers have still in the market, because we also based ourselves there on that model. But what we did is we took into account, or we take now into account, the average pupil size of every patient per age category. And the calculation of the lenses is done taking into account this average pupil size. So that makes that we can make it even more accurate also for the single vision wearers, where of course we always keep in mind, like, okay, single vision lenses, we say it's only for far distance, more than 6 meters. But nowadays, single vision wearers also look at closer distance. And we see there, certainly now, if they do that for a longer time, you have more complaints about digital eye strain, for example. And if they don't have really complaints about that, still you need to provide the best vision there. And thanks to this technology that we use there, we make also sure that they have better vision for the near category. So for the near vision, also in the periphery, a wider vision without giving an addition. So it's really the calculation of the lens itself. And this is what we now have launched as the first one actually in the industry, which is completely new. Because as I said, for all single vision lenses actually in the market, what we do, or what we did till now, till we came with the Smartlife portfolio, is just considering vision at 6 meters, also for the lowest part of the lens. And okay, this will always stay. We also have stock lenses, and this is in the same way done. But if we really talk about a produced lens, an RX lens, then there we really make the difference there. We can really customize the lens completely in this way, even more customized than before, because we had, of course, already in our old portfolio also single vision individual lenses. But here we can even increase the field of view up to 21% with our new individual lens. So even within ZEISS, we can offer an even better solution than the best solution that we had until last year in our portfolio.
Since this is a new launch, what kind of training are you offering to the opticians to help them understand the product better?
Yeah, so we actually just launched before in certain countries, just before the lockdown, certain after. Now that I cannot travel yet, unfortunately, so I'm still located in my hometown in Belgium. The only way that I could do was providing these webinars, which helps a lot, of course, because it's a first product introduction. As I said, I always try to do a part about how to sell, how to upsell the product as well. So at least to understand. So this is now to start with. I have the sales team, of course, which is still in Dubai. So for our customers in Dubai, we can easily provide the trainings also in the shops if they have questions. We do follow-ups as well with our customer if they still have questions left, that we can provide the information. We have an e-learning platform, which is a ZEISS Academy platform, which has in total around 47 e-learning courses, amongst others as well, the one for ZEISS Smartlife lenses. This is 24/7 available, so any staff member of any customer can access it from their home or whenever they have time to do it. It takes about half an hour, 45 minutes to do it, and it has actually all the necessary information as well. It's about product features, but it's also always about what are the benefits for the consumer, and I think this is still the most important thing, that they can really talk about benefits rather than about the features, that they also feel comfortable in selling it. I'm planning after when I can at least give classroom trainings again. Normally I do a lot of simulations as well, role plays, and there you can really see that people then feel comfortable or not. And yeah, you hear then, they're too technical, and just by giving them some ideas, they can create their own sales pitch. And I think it's really important to do that. So I always try to give a bit of my own experience as an optician, as an optometrist as well.
Okay, now coming to the pandemic. How would you rate the impact of the coronavirus on the eyewear business, Natalie?
In general, of course, it has an impact. We also see that within ZEISS as well. I think we have had these crises before, and we always were able to overcome it, so it will not be different now. We have to see as well the opportunities which come with it. So we were actually already also towards our customers paying a lot of attention on contactless consultation, for example, and where we maybe like shifted still a bit in the back, like customers are not ready for it. We see it really now as an opportunity for them as well to show, okay, look, these are new opportunities for your business. We have, for example, remote refraction that we can introduce for those customers who don't have enough optometrists, for example, or enough staff as well. But in general, really, yeah, kind of to support them to do it in a better way than they did before. And you can also see from a consumer point of view, I have the impression that people had the time to think and to also realize, my vision is also my health, and that they really want to spend at least the same or even more than what they spent in the past for a new pair of spectacles. So I think what we saw now in the last months, business is really picking up very fast again. So this is really a good sign. And we're also really supporting them, also with POS material, with digital media, social media posts that we really delivered them as well, content that they're visible for the consumers. And I think this is important, that they really can show, hey, we're still here. It's a very difficult time for everyone, but we try to do our best to welcome you in the best safe environment as possible. And you can also see that consumers really appreciate as well the effort of the customer. So I would say, yeah, there is an impact, but that will not stop us.
So for ZEISS, it has not affected much, you're saying?
Yeah. Of course, there will be, we cannot kind of make the balance right now already, but yeah, there was also a few months that a lot of our customers were completely closed, so it has an impact. But it's not that we have to do the social distancing, but we don't want to distance from our customers. So, and this is important to keep in mind. It was a bad period, but we're back on track, and we will support each other.
In fact, I like that line of yours. Customer distancing is not it. Social distancing, yes, but not
exactly.
Yeah. That's the line, yeah. So how is ZEISS helping opticians to combat this impact?
Well, as I mentioned before, so we during this lockdown, everyone was at home. At least we wanted to fill a bit the days as well with the webinars. That was one thing that we provided. There are a lot of global initiatives which were presented in order to get the business back running, special offers. We also locally special offers also with Ramadan, for example. So for us, it's really important to offer something extra than we did maybe in the past to support there as well. As I said, we have this contactless consultation. So for those customers who already work with our vision technology solutions, with our instruments, they have the possibility to use the iPad. Actually, they don't need to come very close to the customer anymore. They can do refraction, they can do centration from a distance, which is good. So actually their shop is already kind of adapted to this new situation. So I think there we can, or we help, as well with these hygiene sets to really protect the customers, or protect the customers and protect the consumers in their shops. So we delivered quite a lot of new tools which we didn't have, and we worked on that in this quiet period of time that we could not be with our customers or talk to our customers. So we took at least the time there to prepare a lot of new things for them, new things coming for the future as well. So it speeded up some of our projects, and I think it's in that way certainly beneficial for our customers.
Okay, Natalie, as a parting shot, what would you advise the independent optician how to work through this phase?
Well, I would always, if I think about myself as an optician optometrist, how would I survive this, or how would my business survive this? I would say really try to differentiate yourself from other opticians. This is the best way to do it. Consumers need to see what the value is that you bring, the added value to what you bring. We're always talking about lenses, but actually we offer a solution for a consumer. And it's important that they know what they're buying. It's important that you deliver extra service as well, that you show your expertise by using the equipment that you have. For example, if you want to sell a pair of premium lenses, you should do a digital centration measurement to make sure that the lenses are fitted in the correct way in the frame. Just by offering the service, by taking a picture of the consumer, they think like, oh, interesting, nice. It's something they never experienced. Or so it's, for me, it's all about the experience that you bring to a consumer. And also from my point of view as a consumer, I have it for other products as well. When I buy something new that I know, okay, I will wear this 3-4 years on my face, I want to have it good. It needs to be accurate. I need to know here that when I spend a lot of money, that I really get something in return. And if you see then the expertise of the ECP, of the eye care professional, I think that makes a big difference as well. So I would say try now to learn from the situation and try to do something different for your customers, for your patients. And I think this is at least going the extra mile again for the consumer, and that the consumer also perceives it like that. This is very important, I guess, to start with.
Thank you, Natalie, for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you with us and talking to you. And thank you, viewers, for watching Independent View.